Hey, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the Brown Gent. We've had a rather eventful evening here in Dubai with the unveiling of the Jupiter eligibility checker. So you can't get your airdrop right now, but you can definitely find out how you did if over the last November 1st or 2nd of 23 to 24, how your activity on the Jupiter exchange has resulted in, a good airdrop or not for you. And fear not, in this video, I'm also going to talk about what you can do going forward and also some key takeaways that I got from listening to the Jupiter team on their launch call for January 2. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath. So with that being said, remember guys, this is an Ask Me Anything. So, feel free to put anything in the chat. I will be doing an extra giveaway on top of what I'm doing on Twitter. So stay tuned for that. But please do me a favor, as always, as you guys know, we hit 12,000 subscribers last night. Thank you all for your support. Help me get to 25K by the end of this bull run. It's going to mean a lot to me, of course. My 4th year on YouTube, slow and steady, but let's put some gas on that fire. So if you wouldn't mind, hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and follow me on All Tech. Perhaps you're watching me on Twitter. And also, if you want to see my moves on the bank, you can definitely check those out from my EVM wallet, which has had a pretty nice upswing today. And obviously, if you want extra coaching, guidance, and support, the links to my services are down below. Now, great news. After hearing that we weren't going to get rate cuts, and the market sort of repriced a lot of risk on assets, basically what's happened, stupid ad, is basically the core CPI inflation eased. That was some information that came out today. As a result, S&P 500 and other risk on assets started to rally as people are pricing in future rate cuts, which obviously means that they expect inflation to be controlled. That's the core thesis. As a result, well, crypto's been doing pretty well as well, even though, fear and greed is in the neutral category. Ethereum is up about $200. Bitcoin is up about, I think, 4,000. Sol is up about $10. I know this because I have been DCAing into Sol and Ethereum every single day. Guys, I post this on Twitter. Like, you can literally buy crypto with cash here in Dubai. And literally because if you use Binance, they charge you 7%. So I'm not doing that. I just literally withdraw a bunch of cash every day because there's limits on your bank account. And basically, I just go and give it to people and get crypto sent to me. Fantastic. And super glad I did that because at a certain point, I will stop buying these assets. The time is not yet, though. Sol under 200, I'm still buying, just so you guys know. ETH under 3,500, I'm still buying. Bitcoin, no thanks. The R&R on that is not great. Obviously, there's some other tokens. I will have a portfolio video for you soon. Now, I put out this tweet because obviously this is a Jupiter kind of centric video. This tweet was put out earlier today, or I guess yesterday, and basically saying we would get the January 2 allocation check in the next 24 hours. This happened 22 hours from this tweet, so thank you for that. And I asked people to comment how much Jupe they think they'll have earned. Wide spectrum. I think a lot of people sort of got a lot less than they thought they would, which is fine. And I'm going to talk a bit about that and also what this means, because there's a big play that I think many of you are overlooking. And no one's going to tell you this on Twitter. They may know this. They're not going to tell you till it's too late. So obviously, if you haven't already, number one, what I want you guys to do is go on this tweet. I've linked it in the description. You do it after the video. Like and retweet. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. Comment with a screenshot of your Jupiter allocation. It can be 0. And by the way, I'm going to be updating this. I'm not just sharing 10%. I'm going to do 10% each. So the first winner gets 10%. The second winner gets 10% as well. Okay? And this will not include any extra allocations I get if I get rewarded by the team for a good cat bonus. This only counts the January allocation that I have earned so far. Now, before we get into what today's giveaways are, because there's going to be some trivia, I do want to get into some other things here. Number one, I told you guys back in, I told you November 1st that November 2nd was the snapshot. Literally no one confirmed it. In fact, I had the sort of intel only because I saved their documentation where they said November 2nd, every single year will be the snapshot. So unless they give us directions otherwise, I was surprised. In fact, when I posted this, I had people telling me, no, the snapshot is not set in stone, or, there's being a vote, can't say there's a snapshot before the drop, misinformation. No, none of that was true. They even said today, snapshot was November 2nd. So you guys know who to follow. One thing I do want to bring up is you guys need to see, and what you need to do is make sure you are focusing. You need to make sure you're focusing on making money on Solana. It's not enough to rely on these airdrops. The airdrops are a bonus. Basically, here is my method to my madness, and I sort of talk about this all the time. Also, kind of booked for liking this tweet back then, but whatever. Basically, what I do is I chart SOL. So I have ranges. Very easy to do. In fact, you could go on to the technical analysis channels of Jason Pizzino, Because Bitcoin, and others, and just copy and paste their chart if you don't know how to chart, and you'll know what the good entries are and what the good exits are. Then once you've identified those trading ranges, right? Like I said, you can get them from somebody else and make sure you map it, obviously. What you do is you want to find a liquidity market. And what I mean by that is a place where you can lend out your SOL tokens and borrow stable coins. Obviously, there's some liquidation risks. These are very minimal if you exercise proper risk management. Typically, that's borrowing about 33% or less of the value that you provide on the lending side. That's usually like super safe. So on SOL, I use Kamino Finance. Kamino Finance also has an airdrop. Season 3 has been running for like 6 months. Don't know how much longer it's going to keep running, but they do provide a really good service where you can lend your SOL and borrow stable coins. And you want to look at the place where the stablecoin APR is the lowest. At this time, PYUSD was only 4%. Incredible deal. Now I believe it's 9%. I believe USDS is the cheap one at 5%. Once you've done that, all you do is find a DEX. And how lucky are we that we have Jupiter as the best DEX on Solana? I can tell you guys this so many times. They're going to keep expanding this. This is a team that is in the upper echelon of teams. So with a DEX, which is a decentralized exchange, you can now swap whatever stable coin you have for USDC, if it makes it easy. And then you can now use that DEX to sell your Solana back for stable coins when you're taking profits. So you can buy and sell the SOL that you want from the borrowed money. So basically, you lend out your SOL, you borrow stable coins. If you want to just keep that stable coin in that form, great. You can now take that stable coin, trade it for SOL at the bottom end of the range, like the stuff you see here. And then near the top of the range, you can sell it back for stablecoin. And then you can return the money back to Kamino Finance. You pay off your loan, pay off your interest, and you pocket a bunch of money. And what this does is it earns you a ton of cash, but not just that, you can earn more amounts of money on this airdrop. Now I'm gonna tell you where I screwed up, and it was a mistake that honestly, if I could do it all over again, I would, but I don't know any way to have distinguished this. Basically, you will basically get a ton of volume doing this on Jupiter. I incorrectly used limit orders because in every other DEX airdrop that I was part of, like Helix Finance and a bunch of others, they prioritized their order book versus just doing a swap, right? So having a limit order, you're basically a market maker, right? Like you're building the market for them by giving the orders, right? So this helped them. That is not the case here. In fact, the Jupiter team rewarded swap volume much more. They coupled a bunch of the others, which we'll show in a second. And because of that, I got a lot less than I thought I would. So I basically generated about $1.5 million of volume in this on limit orders. And basically, you put all the steps together, and all you do is literally just trade back and forth. Here's an example where I made, like, this one is like $34, but I was making hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars over the course of the summer. And you do this so often that you're earning the Kamino Finance airdrop, you're earning the Jupiter airdrop, and you're not taking, like, what's your risk, right? So this is a really good thread, in my opinion, on how to do that very well. Now, let's take all of that, and this was sort of how I got my allocation for Jupiter, right? So I made like 5 figures doing this over the course of like 9 months, which is, pretty good, doing it very passively, right? But you can go in here and check your allocation. So I checked my allocation, and what I got was 1630. So 1630 Jupiter on this wallet. I got 1,000 for swap, which, I had a score of 332,000, which means I was right below tier 4. So be it. Adjusted USD volume, qualifying transactions, removed bots, wallets. We're trading mostly illiquid pairs. Yeah, I didn't do any of that stuff. Circular transactions, swaps under less than 5, swaps on extremely liquid, whatever. Volume of stable to stable and soul swaps. Yeah, that was whatever. Once again, that wasn't what we're trying to do, right? I was going soul to USDC, but mainly I was doing this on limit orders. And obviously you can see here, swap consistency, 8 months or more I was swapping, obviously, right? Now, as an expert, I got 165 for the 1.5-ish million or 2 million in volume that I did. And that put me at tier 8, which is disgusting. Like, look, I'm actually going to follow up with the team to find out. And by the way, if I do get an increase in this and they made a mistake, anyone who wins the giveaway, I will give more tokens to, of course, when the time comes. But basically, like, I'm trying to understand how I got tier 8 with that much volume on limit orders. I only use like the perpetuals very rarely, as well as DCA very, very rarely. But limit orders were my bread and butter. It was what I used the most. Obviously, we have more on staking, bonus super voters, and super stakers. One thing I want you guys to know, because I did see a question in the chat. If you're wondering where was your ASR, right? Like, what is your ASR rewards? Well, that hasn't actually come out yet. The ASR is completely different, and that comes out, I believe, in 2 or 3 weeks. So the one thing you have to see is like what exactly is going on, and the ASR, which is a huge amount of profit on JUP staked, comes out later. So that's that. Going through the FAQ, I will give the Jupiter team a lot of credit. They came out with a proposal that was highly contested. Whales didn't like it. Obviously, airdrop people and non-whales liked it. Anyone who wanted the money. I used to listen to a bunch of calls. There was this idiot on a call once. I mean, I shouldn't call him an idiot, but he basically said anybody who traded over like $100,000 in volume should be disqualified or something nonsense like that, because he's like, the whales don't need the tokens. They don't care about that. We should take people out who do that. Like, that's just stupidity. You know what I'm saying? That's actually how you kill your brand after telling people about this. Now, what's going to happen is we're going to claim soon, and apparently we'll be able to claim on the Jupiter wallet. I think there will be a potential additional bonus for those who do. So should be interesting. And obviously, if you did make any content, you could have applied for the Good Cats allocation. I've definitely filled out the form. Just so you guys know, Eigenlayer gave out like 30 or 40,000 Eigen tokens in the summer for people who made content on Eigenlayer. They thanked me for my content and told me that they just didn't count YouTube and couldn't figure it out, so I would get 0. And they were like, thank you for contributing to open innovation. So I've told myself, you're probably wondering, why is the Brown Jet posting on X so much? This is why, because there's a lot of extra incentives that they give you after the fact, and I'm not doing it for that, but if they're going to give it out, I might as well take advantage of it, right? And then basically, what will we get for carrots? 200 million has been set aside for carrots. A large portion is expected to be used for mobile incentives. So we'll find out very, very soon. And obviously, if you were flagged mistakenly on any sort of wallets for being Sybils or whatever, or Sybils, just like make sure you go in the Discord and dispute it. Now, I'm going to show you an example here. Here's like Jupiter, USDC Sol. Here's an example of it. You can literally see here that like I was doing so many trades, these are thousands, 2,000, whatever. I just was doing them on such a massive scale, and that's why I'm so surprised that at the end of it, like, you know, like I counted up the volume before, it was like 1.5 mil. Like, what exactly happened to, like, what happened to my allocation there? I don't know. But you see, I got like so many pages, but it doesn't really matter. So, couple things we're gonna do here. I'm gonna start it off with the first trivia question, guys. Like, the first thing I want to ask you guys is, the first person who puts it in the chat that I see on YouTube will win this trivia. And then I'll just ask you to sort of post your wallet address in here as well. That'd be great. What is the allocation reward for the tier 1 under swap? How much Jupiter would you get if you were a tier 1? You get 10% of my JUP airdrop for answering this first. So I'm gonna wait to see who says it. Right, so we got tier 1 swap. Tier 1 swap. What is the allocation? No one has gotten it yet. Guys, the link is literally, there we go. We got a couple came in. We got Eric first. Eric Armstead got it right. Spencer and Patel were so close, but Eric beat you out by like 1 or 2 seconds. 20,000. So Eric, if you can do me a favor, please post your wallet address in the chat, or actually maybe comment under the video too, or what. Actually, you know what you can do, Eric? Do me a favor, just post your Twitter, put your Twitter handle. That way we can keep your wallet private. All right? How's that? Eric, if you can just do me a favor and put your wallet, your Twitter handle in the chat. That'd be fantastic. I'll follow up with you. That way we keep your wallet a private, okay? Yeah, let's go, Eric. Let's do it. We're gonna do another 10% in like a little bit. So stay tuned, guys. You know, like I said, honestly, like this is my way of giving back. Sorry, Patel, you were second. Like I said, what matters is how it comes up, because on your YouTube, it may look like you came first, but what matters is how it was actually processed. So I'm always going to go with, like I said, so I gave the disclaimer. Whatever pops up for me first is what I'm going to show. And I'm going to literally show you what I mean. I don't have to do this, but I'm going to do it anyways, just so you see it. So actually, Patel, you were third. Okay? I just wanted to be very clear. Like, this is not a favoritism thing or whatever, okay? Okay, we got Eric Arms here. Thank you. I will DM you after, and then we'll figure that out. Okay? Like I said, all about being honest here. Now, guys, here's the thing you have to know, all right? Okay, so number one, we are about to see a massive amount of liquidity enter Sol. And if there is anything I've learned, whenever you get a massive liquidity injection, that money is going to start flowing to the top assets in the ecosystem. People who have more money will tend to buy more things. So you're going to start seeing people, because, you know, there's some people who have like 10, 15 wallets that I know, like, you know, like average people, you know, smaller wallets, but they've got like, you know, I don't think a Sybil or whatever, but they've got a ton of stuff. So take a look at all the assets in the Solana ecosystem and definitely check it out. One such example where I have been bidding is AI16Z, obviously part of the AI agent narrative. They have a huge restructuring going on. I'm not the biggest fan of Shaw, I'm not going to lie. But like I said, like, you know, it's not about being emotional, not about hating or liking someone. It's about what there is to offer. And I have been bidding this up, you know, not financial advice, obviously, but just take a look at Sol. Ask yourself, what are the assets that you believe people will be bidding up? And you can try to pre-position yourself up before the liquidity comes, right? Because next week, the drop happens. I expect to see Jupiter's price tank. I expect to see a lot of these other things go up. Another thing that I've been looking at, I'm likely going to make a move on it either tonight or tomorrow, is picking up a second Mad Lads. One thing I want you guys to know is there's an incredible opportunity here with Mad Lads for multiple reasons. Number one, partnered with Backpack. It is considered the #1 Solana NFT. And just take a look at how far down it is from earlier this cycle. Like, this is like literally February, March of last year, right? When we had the first like Bitcoin top and everything, right? Since then it's dropped. But remember, these people got wormhole airdrop. They're getting a ton of airdrops. Most recently, I was given allocation for the Sonic SVM, which like oversubscribed by 10%, the easiest money in the world. And as the price of Sol goes up, this will be the exclusive NFT that people want. So it's an NFT that I already have, and I bought one recently at like 50 something, 55 Sol. But I will be adding more to this. And like I said, with more liquidity coming on chain, I expect people to be bidding up more of these things because money's going to start rotating. So it may not be that somebody has like, the soul to buy this, but maybe they buy something else from somebody and that person then has the money to go buy this. So keep that in mind. It's a very cascading effect. And that's why these airdrops are huge. Arbitrum, Hyperliquid, like Jito, all of these things kickstart a ton of liquidity, and you got a PVE. You didn't have PvP. When you don't have an extra liquidity enter, you have these meme coin trench bullshit. You have the AI agent like PvPing where everyone just buys one and then cheats it and whatever. And I can say that word because I'm brown, but like honestly, that's what happens. So guys, I don't have all the answers in every asset that's going to go up. I'm bidding up AI16Z. I'm buying another Mad Lads. I would not touch this one. Popcat, for example, has gotten wrecked, and I believe it's bottomed out. Let me just sort of go through this one last time. This is not a chart you want to be bidding. Like, does not look good. Does not inspire confidence. Like, I'm sorry if you are a Popcat holder here. Hope the chart doesn't do much worse, but like it's literally like on the bottom so far. So, maybe if you see some strength, you can get into it, but just remember, liquidity is coming. You want to be putting money with winners because that's where people will be putting their money as well. I hope that makes sense. Now, let's go check out what's in the chat and what's going on. We got Bayar here with 100. Is that a CryptoPunk? What is that? What's up, Brown Jen? I might head up to Dubai this week. What time are you going to be at the gym? It depends. So this morning I woke up at like 11 a.m. and went to the gym shortly after that. Usually I go for 9 just because it's like way less crowded. And I go to the UFC in JBR, but I will be going to the UFC in Business Bay because I am moving. I rented a two-bedroom like condo or whatever in like their Bay Circle area. It's gonna be super sick. I'll make videos of it. How's it going? What's up, Skill? What's the giveaway? Well, we went through it. Good evening, Jen. Congrats on your JUP allocation. Yeah, like it was okay. Like I said, I think the Jupiter team was given a near impossible task and they did a fantastic job. Would I have liked to get more Jupiter? Of course, who wouldn't, right? But the reality is, like, from a long-term sustainable standpoint, this is the right way to do it. I'm glad they listened to the feedback. I'm glad they sort of came back, and like these guys are really hardworking. It's not like some of the other projects I've dealt with. Most recently, I was an NFT mint where like they screwed up and then called the people minting their NFT clowns. Like, I'm just like, yeah, like there's a huge difference in the professionalism. How's it going, Metro? What's up? Yeah, good luck. You know what? That's crazy. I always have my wallet addresses on me. So even if I like, when I used to go to work and, before I left, basically what happened is I had access to it. So I could just check it out if there was ever a checker without having to wait till I got home. I always get anxious. Got about 580 JUP, mixed feelings. I'm moving to Hyperliquid airdrop farming. Keep in mind, Hyperliquid is very different, right? Hyperliquid, you got to stake some hype, but I would be involved in the spot ecosystem. The spot ecosystem got me like 95% of the points that I earned for the first hype airdrop, which was 10K when it sort of came out, 100K if I held all of it for like 2 weeks. Not happy at all with JUP airdrop. Why is that, Crypto Passion? We'd love to hear why. Thanks for keeping us in the loop. 2025 is going to be awesome. Love to hear it, Jordan. Hey, brother, did something change in the allocations for JUP stakers? I thought we were supposed to. Yeah, so you will. So, Adri, this is Jupuary, which is meant more from a process standpoint and reward new people coming in. Your Jupu, what you're thinking about is active staking rewards, or ASR. And basically what that is the 30% or whatever you get for every JUP staked. Granted, you have to have voted on all the proposals. You vote less, you get a lot less. So that's what you're probably waiting for, and that comes out in 2 to 3 weeks. What's happening, Jen? Appreciate you as well. I got less, but no biggie. Great protocol, great community. Yeah, honestly, like let's be honest here. Like, I would use Jupiter even without the airdrop, and I said so on their live stream, which they did. They like put my comment up for a little bit. Basically, like, this is a team that listens to feedback and actually does stuff. So I love it. By the way, guys, we got all-time high of 348 people in the watching the video. So thank you so much. If everyone would do me a favor and hit the like button. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel. If you're on Twitter, please follow me. I'm trying to get those numbers up so I can sort of get I'm gonna be straight up and honest with you guys. So every project doesn't care so much about ethics as they do about numbers, and numbers mean a lot from the perspective of whitelist. So if I want projects to give me whitelist spots to give out to you guys, I need to get my numbers up, right? Likely, I don't know if it'll be good enough for this cycle, but I want to have it for at least next cycle. But like I said, guys, I'm here to support you guys. As you know, I do things very fairly. I don't like anytime I'm doing something random, I like to do it so you guys can see it. I don't just I don't just pick randomly and say, trust me, bro, after, which I do hold trust me, bro. It's a good coin. But yeah, and by the way, thank you so much. Hopefully I do get a good cat. I fill out the form, and I gave a lot of information. I gave a lot of tweets, a lot of videos. We'll see. And I'm glad that, the way I position Jupiter always is, don't think of it like farming. Think about it like an extra rebate for things you normally would do anyways. Got 1,854 Jupe. Congratulations, Ajin. Akash, you got 125. I hope you guys, you're saying it here, but please make sure you're going on Twitter and posting that here as well. I want to make sure that all of you guys, even if you got 1854, you get another 10%. There's 2 spots there. The volume I did past November the 2nd would have granted me 1K Jupe. Yeah, well, you know what? The nice thing is it'll roll over. So it's going to roll over somewhat. So they said in today's video that it will be a very different Jupuary 3. I'll be honest, they said it'll be a very different Jupuary 2. There is zero chance that they're not incentivizing swaps in the future. They need and want people to be using it. So I will definitely continue to swap on it. And obviously we're going to sort of do a strategy video when they add other things. Obviously going forward, they're going to 100% include mobile as something, because they really need a hook for people to use their mobile app. The problem is mobile app sucks. The security is not as great. And until that changes, why do people want to use it? See, Shadwell, if you're lending like only one SOL, it's not worth it. Are you referring to Kamino Finance? Well, let's say you lent out one SOL, okay? So if you only have one SOL, that's like what? Like $200? Okay, great. 200 times 0.33 is $66. Well, you can borrow 33% of a SOL, right? You can borrow that much in USDC, buy it, and then sell it when it goes up. The reality is it's always going to be a percentage of whatever you have. So you may think it's not worth it because you have one SOL, but you only have one SOL, right? It scales up very easily. So you go from 1 to 10. Now you can borrow 3.3 SOL worth of USDC, buy the SOL, and then sell it when it goes up, and then do the same thing. So I don't really agree with that. And on top of that, you're also earning interest. So that's why I love it. Good evening, BG. Got 1980 Jupe. A bit disappointed. Might unstake my Jupe next month. Hey, Patel. And by the way, this is a great point that I do want to bring up. So, guys, you've heard sell in May and go away, right? Well, this is likely going to happen again. The cycle, this is my 3rd cycle. I've seen it happen. I didn't do it last time. This time I'm de-risking in April and May. And because of that, I will likely be unstaking my Jupiter because of that. Now, the nuance for this comes into play when you look at when the ASR number 2 is, because they said they were going to fund them. So if ASR 1 is in January, when is ASR 2? Is it going to be in April? So I will give you guys an update on when I unstake my Jupe. I will be doing it before May, but I have to figure out the timelines. I believe it's either 2 or 3 weeks to unstake Jupiter. So you have to account for that. I don't know offhand, and maybe I can go and at least I can go check that right now, actually. Where's this stupid thing? We'll see. Oh, man. Unstaking takes 30 days. Oh, wow. It's even longer. Okay. So you have to take this into account. Don't unstake it on like April 30th and be like, oh, be surprised. Take into account the 30 days. If it ends up being that ASR is in April, I'm still probably just gonna like unstake in March. And the reason for that is they do like time weighted. So the time weighted still gives you that exposure because you just want to have it staked for the duration of the vote. If you don't have it staked, then you can't vote. And that vote times your Jupiter staked is what earns you the ASR. Okay. Do we still have time to buy Pengu for the abstract airdrop? I'm not sure. I know some people bought 250K Pengu. Some people bought 888 for the big one. I would guess that you can do it as long as you can get the role in the Discord. Because what I saw with how Luca handled the last airdrop was there was no snapshot for penguins, right? So if they're going to do the same thing like that, it's likely going to be, okay, great. Penguins and whatever are going to get the snapshot, or not the snapshot, but you can claim it literally if you hold a penguin, it checks it then. It will likely ask you to connect your Discord. Do you have the role then? If you don't, sucks to be you. That's what I'm guessing is going to happen. I can't confirm, but you can always go and check. Like if you want to get the role today or tomorrow, go into the abstract Discord and find out, right? Do I think Turbo Tap is worth doing? God, no. I did 10 taps and I said, forget it. I mean, I added it to my Eclipse airdrop video because it had to be holistic, and Alucard mentioned it and sort of all that. But like, can you imagine being disqualified or getting a lot less on your Eclipse airdrop? Yes, thank you for buying the After School Club's NFT. Thank you for minting validators. Thank you for providing liquidity. But you only tapped 531 times on Turbo Tap, and we really were hoping you do 1,000. So I'm sorry, but maybe next time. Thanks though for contributing to the ecosystem. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. Tier 8 over 1 million volume. Yeah, see, that's bad. Like, I'm pretty certain that they made a mistake there because they're like, how is that possible? Like, how is that actually possible? That it was 100, like not 100, but like, yeah, I got 100 jupe for tier 8. And like, if I put 1 million in my limit order, you did 1 million in perp volume, they likely made a mistake. By the way, how is your borrowing strategy different than perp trading? Risk of liquidation. And like, what happens is my lending and borrow strat. So when you do perp trading, right? If I did the same thing on Hyperliquid, I would pay a borrowing fee, but I wouldn't get any money for the USDC I'm holding as margin. In what I'm doing here, like I'll open up Kamino Finance to show you an example. I hope it's net APY positive right now. It was earlier. Yeah, here. Just take a look here. So in this one, I got 307 SOL lent out or supplied. I'm borrowing 24K. Close to 1/3, whatever, a little more, but whatever. You can see here, my net APY is 2.43%. So I'm not paying anything. Like overall, I'm making money doing this. Like just even having this, I'm farming the Kamino airdrop, which is massive. Let me tell you, it's massive. And then finally, look at my liquidation price, $107 for SOL. Yeah, good luck. If we even get close to $107 for SOL, you have any idea how much money I'm going to be throwing at that? Obviously, during the bull market, not the bear market. And I'll be doing that. And I will be literally cleaning this out by selling the extra Mad Labs and all the other stuff that I'm doing. So as much as people are disappointed with Jupe, I have to give them credit for doing exactly what they said they would do and give a detail. Yeah, they did a fantastic job. So much transparency. Completely agree with you, Jordan. Very well outlined by you right there. And I think Where Meow and the team deserves a lot of kudos for the great work they've done. Obviously, they're never going to make everyone happy. And I saw a lot of comments from people saying this is a terrible airdrop and this is garbage and it's a scam. People always say these things because they listen to people who give them bad advice or point in the wrong direction. The way I always look at this is the airdrop is a bonus to what you do. I treat it like a loyalty card. Like when I go to the gas station, am I expecting the gas station will give me like 100K? No. But if they're like saving me money on my leaders and I'm doing this anyways, fantastic. A lot of people have it mistaken that you got to go and sit there and airdrop farm and just sit there and do a bunch of BS transactions. And that's the kind of influencers and KOLs I hate. They post a bunch of crap like bridge here, swap here, do some $5 and you're good. And you end up like wasting an hour of your time doing nothing, where you could have done something like this and actually made money. And then when you get an airdrop, it's an extra bonus. That's the best way to do it. Mike Bennett got 1550 JUP, never sold an airdrop. JUP staked all of them, never missed a vote, not complaining, just mad at myself for not playing better. Could have got 320K for tier 1. Yeah, exactly. Like, ironically, like if we go back here, and this is so funny, right? Like, I have this swap volume because some days when I was using Jupiter, right, like the limit order book was terrible. Like the price was supposed to hit it and they didn't have the amount of orders on the other side, so it wouldn't fill. So I would be like, yo, forget it. I would cancel the order and I would go and do the swap. And that's why like I got 330K in swaps. I would have done like 5K or 10K in swaps otherwise. But I'm like, yo, forget this. Can you imagine if I did this the whole time? I would have been in this tier, like 5K. You know what I'm saying? But hey, lesson learned for next time. This is all people guessing here, so we won't go through this, but we got a lot of people asking questions or posting stuff here. Just closed the page before this. Pretty cool, TBG. Yeah, thank you. Congrats, Eric. Spencer was close, very close. Is Bad Kid a good bot? I do think it is. So Patel, I made a video on NFTs. I definitely think it's good. It was the second most undervalued NFT in my opinion. It gives you access or exposure to the Cosmos ecosystem without having to hold Atom. That's fantastic. So I like it. Not financial advice. I bought a PDSG1 and a Player One play Solana NFT a while ago. Nice. That's awesome. I still haven't gotten my Chapter 2 phone. I think they're gonna ship it out actually, like in a few months or something. But that's great. I think a lot of those devices will have some sort of airdrop things that they give you as well, right? Like I got like Mew token and a bunch of others, and they more than paid for the phone, which is always what you want to see. When can we claim/dump the JUP? I would assume January 22nd. They said a week from now. They haven't given a finite date and time, but sometime next week. Yeah. What do I think about the PSG1? I believe the Solana phone was 600. You'd be an airdrop. Exactly. So I didn't buy the PSG1, but a lot of these devices, they basically pay for themselves through the airdrops. I'll give you an example. We bought a Kudis or whatever, like that ring, and it by itself dropped an NFT that I sold for the one soul that I purchased it for. So like literally paid for itself. The Edamame NFT, which I think has gone up since, but at the time it had dropped 50%. But still, fantastic. These things pay for itself. You end up getting a device for free, and then you can like literally like do whatever. Like, I have family who lives in a third world country who always ask me for phones, devices. I can just give stuff like this to them. I got the Jambo phone, and if I ever go to those third world countries or I see one of my family members going, I'll just give them a bunch of devices to give back home. DCA, Layer 0, limit order and ape and the perp on Jupiter seems to be the most rewarded. You'd think so, right? But here's the problem. Like, literally I had so much volume here and I got tier 8. So I refuse to believe it unless like they average out your volume or something. I have no idea how this worked out. What's my outlook on Lisk? I don't know what Lisk is. Sorry, could you give me some more context? How many JUP did I get? 1630. Okay. The volume I did past November the 2nd would have granted me 1,000 JUP. Yeah, we went through this. That's awesome. 4,393 JUP. Hey, congratulations, Alana. Did you get that all in one wallet, or did you do that across wallets? Will there be a bonus for claiming JUP through mobile? I strongly believe there will be. They said they left 200 million of that allocation for carrots, which I believe the mobile will be one of that. I got JUP 586. Thanks to you, brother. Well, thank you, Tonji, for supporting the channel and watching. And dude, don't thank me. You followed through. You did it, right? Like, you wouldn't believe the number of people who come to me asking for advice, guidance, and whatever, and don't follow through. So when someone follows through, you don't have to thank me. I just pointed you in the right direction. You're the one who did all the work. So congratulations, and happy to see it worked out for you, man. Any thoughts on WIF? Consider swapping it into a I16Z. Yeah, so here's the thing about WIF. When WIF was doing well, everyone's like, but it's a dog with a hat. And once WIF started doing like pretty shitty, they're like, all it is a dog with a hat, And I remember I was in WIF all the way to $4, right? I got in late, but I rode up to $4 or $3.50 or something. I was in Vegas, it was like the summer, right? And I remember when it first dipped, I thought it would easily recover, but it has been one of the worst performers. And the biggest problem I have with WIF, there's two problems actually. The first is it is tied to Ansem. Ansem is no longer the main character of CT. If you go back a year from now or a year ago, at that time, Ansem was the most popular person on crypto Twitter. He has been dethroned. There are so many more people who are way more likable. He's come across like a huge fraud. I believe, don't quote me on this because I didn't contribute to it, but they had that, what's that dome called? The Sphere in Vegas, where they just got the money and never put the dog with the hat on there, right? So there's a lot of things that were negative about this. On top of it, and here is some alpha that I shared with our private group, I think a few days ago. And by the way, this is not my thesis. Somebody else had sort of said this, and makes a lot of sense. What you have to be very wary of is when you see your favorite meme coin, whatever token you've accumulated that has had a massive run up, get listed on perpetuals, get the hell out of there. I don't care how much you believe in it. What the whales do is they use their influence, they use their connections to get the perpetual listing. Once the perpetual listing goes live, they short the hell out of the token, and then they dump their allocation. So they've got massive percentages of supply. They dump it. Basically, what they do by doing that is their short comes true because they force it, right? So I shouldn't say the word. They FSH the chart. And basically what happens is you end up getting these tokens like Mudang and Goat and whatever that are crippled. And it will take so much more work to get them back up to where it needs to be. So this is why, just keep that in mind. Perpetual listing comes for a token that is not like, a big token, but a token like a couple billion that has literally had a massive run up. Be scared because it's going to be dumped on you. And the people who do that are going to make so much money because they're able to sell their spot, but also have the big short open. Am I buying the dark side of the eclipse? I don't even know what that is, but probably not. Hey, TBG, 430 for doing what I normally do in Solana. Not half bad. Exactly, right? This is a stimulus package. It was like $350 or $400. So congratulations. Perfect. Oh my God. 6 likes? What? No way. Jeez. 6 likes? Oh my God. Guys, come on. 411 people watching the video and we got 6 likes. Please tell me that's not true. You're going to give me a heart attack. Guys, please like and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitter. That is super important. I keep doing this stuff for you guys. 586, thank you for using Jupiter projects. We hope you enjoy your allocation. Sweet. Oh, you copied and pasted. I was like, what are you saying? I was like, what's going on? Am I getting involved with any play to earn airdrops lately? No. I tried doing one, Kamigotchi, and I fell just a bit short. But it is what it is. Yeah. You are the best. Thank you. Appreciate it. Am I selling or staking my Jupiter allocation, bro? Well, I'm giving away like 40% in total, right? So, in fact, now's a good time. Guys, I showed it already. The first person on my screen to answer this, guys, I'll give you guys 10 seconds. The first person to answer this question will get 10% allocation. What Jupiter allocation did I get? How much Jupe? Put it in the chat. The first person. You may have to rewind the video, but the first person to put it will get it. Bang. Wow. The first guess. Wow. Sol Maxi. Just to show you guys again, Sol Maxi's got it. Sol Maxi, do me a favor. Post your Twitter in the chat. Post your Twitter in the chat, Sol Maxi, and I will reach out to you after to get your wallet address, okay? I'm going to continue in a second. I'll wait for Sol Maxi to post it. We'll see what else is going on over here. Got 443 Jupe. Never expected, always appreciative. Yeah. That's always great. And by the way, Big Toe Crypto, the ones I don't give away, I will be selling 100%. I'm going to stake it temporarily, don't get me wrong, but I'll be selling it in March. I'll be unstaking in March to sell in end of April. That's likely what I'm doing. 30 days. That's right, Atlant. I hear you about lending, but if you only have one soul, maybe to get a better return is best to do. No, but like, look, here's the thing. So see Shadwell, if you have one soul, what do you think is going to happen if you just trade back and forth? You're just going to have price impact. You're going to lose a bunch of money trying to do that. Like, you have to do plus EV things. Otherwise, every time you swap, you're losing money. You think Jupiter is just like the lights are turning on because they're not charging any fees? No, there is a fee that you get charged. It's small, but it adds up. So my recommendation is when you have something like this, you want to make sure that, like, if you have one soul, maybe if you want to just, that's all you can do, maybe you go, okay, great. If soul goes to 250, I sell it, and then I buy it back at 200, for example, something like that. You could do that if you want, but like, the reason I like my strategy is we're in a bull market. I expect soul to keep going up, at least until the end of the cycle. And because of that, I want to keep my exposure. I don't want to sell my soul for USDC and watch it run away from me. I'm not staking my Jupe as I'm using Jupiter. I will pay on the usage angle. Yeah, 100%. It will tank in the bear. Everything will tank in the bear. First cycle, I took like almost no profits, just profits off XRP. Second cycle, I took profits way too early. Actually, no, not even way too early. What am I saying? I got it close. But what I did was I kept 20% because I'm like, oh, this time's different. I'll hold 20%. That was the biggest mistake I made, was why did I sell everything, you idiot? 250K minimum. Wow. Taps are going to work as a multiplier probably. Did you see the new update? You should check it out. I will check it out. I haven't yet. No. I think taps will be important. Why? It doesn't make any sense. You get what I'm saying? Like, just click. Like, what the hell? Sup, fam? How's it going, GUIBot? Passive taps are now available. The roll-up prioritizes the community, starting with Eclipse OG members. Hardcore tappers? Yeah, like, come on. Reggie made $500,000 off airdrops. Yeah. It's around there. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Guys, can you believe I did my MBA to end up becoming a business executive in a big pharma company, like listed on stock exchange, and I outperformed my salary with airdrops. What's going on? I'm not getting the code on my Gmail. For what? Oh, to do the profile? Don't worry about the profile. You got a week to do it. Do I think 50 to 200 extra for using the Jupe app will be per wallet added? I imagine so. And if not, by the way, Daniel, easy fix for this. Like, let's say they do that. Just uninstall the app and install it again, and then just load the other wallet, right? Should be easy. Bought a Secret 2, but I only got one meme coin. Should I have is Secret 2 the most recent one? Because like I said, these things happen, right? I got a chapter 2 a year ago, and over the 6 months post, I got a bunch of airdrops. I'm sorry, just got here. Did you guys receive the airdrop? No, the airdrop comes out in exactly a week. I'm a noob and honestly give the best information. Thank you for saying that, Abru. Not the fact that you're a noob, but the content that I give you guys, there are a lot of people out there who just want to act like they're smart and they talk like they're rocket scientist. And I'm not stupid, but at the same time, one of the things that I want to do is like help you guys. You're the ones who need the help the most, right? A lot of people who understand stuff always ask me to go faster for them. It happens with everything. You always got people who already get it and only want to help themselves. But my number one thing here is, how do we get more people into crypto who make money, who do it safely, who know exactly what's going on? And if we want this space to do well, those are truly the people who want to help. And I'm glad you think I give you the best information. So thank you so much. Could you make a content about Sui NFTs? X crypto. The problem is, like, and I don't want to say this the wrong way, I think buying a Sui NFT right now is stupid. The reason for that is I believe the Sui token is going to outperform any NFT on chain, because there has been nothing to date that has rewarded holding an NFT. Remember, when you hold NFTs, you're holding them for one of two reasons. Well, three reasons, right? One is rarity. Are people going to want this in the future, right? That leads into number two, which is value accrual. Is this NFT's price going to go up, right? So the wealth transfer effect, when people get money on chain, where are they going to spend it? Rich people like to flex. Why do we see like Usher, Justin Bieber, who by the way unfollowed Usher recently, no Diddy, but basically, these guys have a bunch of money and they start flexing with Bored Apes. Why? Because they think it's going to hold value, kind of like a Rolex, right? And it gets you like an exclusive club. It gets you that clout. Same with CryptoPunk. Same with Pudgy Penguins, Azukis. People want to be part of exclusive clubs. And on top of it, when you get airdrops, which is number 3, you get extra whitelists or whatever. These are the other reasons. Give me one good reason why you'd want a Sui NFT. What has it shown you of these 3 things? If the answer is no, then you just want one in the ecosystem and there isn't really anything. Like, yes, I know there's 1 or 2 NFTs that give some value, but it's all been for the Sui ecosystem. And I haven't seen it be outsized or asymmetric in any way, but please correct me if I'm wrong. What's my total swap volume to receive 1,600? So here's the thing. I have 332,000 swap volume, but I had like 1.5 to 2 million volume on limit orders. That's the crazy part. So I'm trying to figure out how I got 100 here when I did all that. So that's the part where like I'm very confused, and I will be following up with the team. How much JUP did I get? Are you asking? Oh my God, you asked this question before I asked. Damn, it's a good thing I didn't get down to this chat. You asked this question right before I asked people how much I got. But yeah, 1630. Do you think it's worth holding your JUP allocation through the dump and sell later at a higher price? You could definitely do that. Larry, here's the way you should look at it always. You have an opportunity cost whenever you hold something, right? Whenever I have coaching clients, they'll say, oh, I'm down 30% on X token. I'll just wait for it to double and then I'll jump into something else. But I'm like, you could jump into something else that would do better. Ask yourself, if you have this capital today, would you still put it here? So let's say, I'm gonna give you an example, okay? You get $2,000 worth of Jupiter, but you see the chart's down 20%. Great, but it's $2,000 worth of Jupiter. If you had $2,000 today, would you have bought that Jupiter at this price, or would you have bought something else? If the answer is something else, why even buy the Jupiter? You already know it's not the best investment. That's how you should be asking yourself, right? Take the money out and now say, would I put it in? The answer is no, then don't hold on to it. Buy whatever you put the money into, okay? Because remember, guys, these airdrops are nice, but you don't want to ride them to zero. And that's not Jupiter, I'm saying. But in general, I know a lot of people who have ridden some really big airdrop bags to very small because they're like, oh, I'm going to hold on to it. We got 401. Nice blessing. Make sure, by the way, guys, keep reminding you guys, make sure you comment with the screenshot of your Jupiter allocation. For those who are late, I'm updating this. It's 10% each. So 2 winners will get 10% each. Make sure you like, retweet, follow the Brown Jet YT, and comment with a screenshot. I don't care if it's 0. Post it. Laughing. Nice. 37. Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button. AI XBT is running red hot. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like inverse Raul Paul or whatever, right? He said it was trash. And then it's like, oh, really? Time to go up 40%. That's an all-time highs. What are my AI agent picks under 50 mil? Let me go check it out. So let me show you. By the way, guys, I have been putting a bunch of money into DeFi or I don't even say it. DeFi AI or whatever. Basically, look at how all these tokens have done. And I mean, I bought these on dips and whatever. And the idea here is this is getting a lot more mind share than DeFi did in December. So if you compare this sort of trend, this is on fire. So in our private Discord, I called out Anon at $3.20, right? Today I call out some of these others that I bought, but like they've done really well since, so very happy. Let me go and check. Like my top AI plays just to go through them for you guys. Oh, it's right here. So let's look at this. Look at Convo. Woo, baby! I bought some Convo right here, like right here. 5.9 cents, 59 mil market cap. I still think it's fantastic buy. Obviously AI 16. You guys already know about that. That's like $1 billion plus. This one, AI 16Z, in our private group, I called it out at 60 million. And just so you guys know, no, I didn't get it right because it went from 60 million to 30 million like a day after I called it. And I was like, uh-oh, how did I get this so wrong? And then it started doing well. Obviously, I didn't hold all of it the whole way through, but I'm up a ton on it. Game is another fantastic thing in my opinion. 247. If you're asking for a really good AI agent that I believe in, like the DGen Ape on Twitter, trust me, bros. Not financial advice, obviously, but I think this is a good chart. So trust is good. I think beta's too high at this point. Yeah, 117 mil. A lot of good tokens. You want to avoid getting into a lot of the new ones because they're just basically pump and dumps. So I would focus more on the bigger ones. I think Game and Convo are fantastic as betas to virtual, which, virtual ecosystem is fantastic. I'm just waiting for base to be shilling them because they haven't been yet. They started shilling Hey Anon, but it is what it is. Okay. All right. We got 165 tokens after 1 year grinding. Lost like 800 doing prep. What do you mean? Oh, like perp? Yeah, but here's the thing. Don't be doing perp. I want you to be going back in this video and watch my strategy or listen to my strategy on how to actually print money and earn the next JUP airdrop and earn the next Kamino Finance airdrop. Do this. You don't have to do perps. It's going to be super easy. It is literally idiot proof. I promise you. I'm not saying that you're an idiot, but it's idiot proof. Soul Maxi just joined your group a month ago. Great to be with your group. Awesome. Love to hear it. Soul Maxi. I are nobody. Hey, how's it going? Am I unstaking JUP now? Nope. Unstaking in March. We've got 30 days from that. What do you think about these virtual AI plays? I just went over them. There's a ton of, obviously, like some highly speculative ones. You got to really be fast on those because they will jump up, get the bonding curve, and dump. But if you invest in virtuals and Game and Convo, those are like pretty safe AI infrastructure. You got AI 16Z, and then you can look at like some of the other like agents like Vader, Trust Me Bros, Sequoia, which I also got recently. That's their little hedge fund AI trading. It's gonna be like DeFi or God, I can never say it right. DeFi with AI. I'll just say that from now on. Okay. 1587, nice. What's my Sol prediction? I would be surprised if Sol didn't come between 800 and $1,000. So that's my thing. Don't call me on it. Here's the way you should be looking at your price targets. You have these thoughts in mind, but what you want to do is say, okay, I buy into Sol because I think it'll 4x or 5x, right? I buy into ETH because I think it's going to 3x. Anything you buy that's going to do worse than that, why would you buy them if you believe that Sol would 4 or 5x? If you would get a 3x return on token X, just buy Sol instead. Not financial advice, but follow the logic, right? If you're not outperforming your majors, there's no reason to buy riskier assets for less return. Number one. Number two, once you're in those assets, it doesn't matter where they are. You have to take signals from the macro environment. And what do I mean by that? Well, if you find out, for example, that Bitcoin dominance has sort of dropped all the way to 40 to 44% and then starts rising, that will typically be the end of the all season. We're going to see these like insane 100, 200, 300% days. And then we're going to start seeing minus 50, minus 40% days. You will see the flags, and I'll be making videos talking about that. That is basically the signal. It's the person blowing a whistle, everyone out of the pool. The people who stay in the pool are going to get screwed. So it doesn't matter if Sol hadn't hit 800 or 1,000. Your exit is always when that happens. You do not want to overstay your welcome. Those who overstay, because this always happens, someone's like, oh, one more day. Then you're taking a massive nuke, and then you're like, oh, that's just a diversion or whatever. You're going to have people convincing you to stay in because they want people to stay in. People want safety in numbers. You want to be waiting for the signal. That is basically Bitcoin dominance will peak, which is what we're seeing right now. It will then dump, go down to 40, 44. Once it starts recovering, and once you start seeing stablecoin dominance, like Tether dominance start to go up, that signals we're basically at the end of the altcoins season. Money is going to start exiting, and the rest is going to go into Bitcoin because it's safer. You need to get out. And if you don't get out, doesn't matter what your tokens are, you're going to lose money. That's what I would be doing, okay? Haitian Buffet, what's up? What's up, family? Hope you all left JUP. Sad they care mainly about swapping. Yeah, no, definitely was a surprise to me as well. Following assets on Eclipse earn passive grass. Passive grass? Man, I really need to look at Eclipse because I saw some messages recently, but I have not looked into it in about a week or two. And also, I'm never holding Celestia or STT anymore. But ETH, Sol, USDC, USDT, sure. Everything else, no thanks. We got it before. Good perspective on the one Sol situation. Yeah, not a problem. Like I said, stake 300 JUP, almost a volume, like 10K farming with one wallet. So Karam, you probably got like flagged as a Sybil. What I would do is I would definitely go into their Discord and mention that. Because if you had like swaps over $5 and you were active, like have at least 3 transactions, I don't see any reason why you shouldn't qualify. So go in the Discord. They said today that they had so many walls that they flagged the Sybils because obviously, you go through a ton. You want to make sure you say, hey, that's on me. I'm not a Sybil. And they'll basically give you your allocation. So best of luck with that, and definitely post and follow up. I want to hear what happens, okay? Appreciate that, man. Not a problem. X Crypto. Have 250 JUP but can't access it as it needs a code for my email, but the email never comes. How do you set a profile or sign up? It's probably, so Fanman, you have a week anyways. It's likely overloaded. In a couple days, what I'd recommend is just wait a couple days, join their Discord, see other people will be complaining too. I'm sure it's not just you, and they'll have a fix. Likely it's just overloaded because remember, there's so many people trying to do this. Will DAO's world come back to where it was at the end of 2024 December? I don't know. When you say DAO's world, are you referring to all the tokens on DAO's world or what? Because they will have more. They all sort of sold off, but I expect them to sort of come back up. Apparently, volume was time weighted. Can you keep us updated? Interesting. Good to know. I will check that out. Do you have any RWA play low cap? No, I don't. Sad K. So here's the thing. I'll be honest with you. There are four narratives that I'm really bullish on. The top 2 are meme coins and AI. So I have Pepe, Andy, Wolf, Bonk, right? And then when we look at our AI, I've got like BitTensor, I've got Render, Virtuals, AI16Z, a bunch of agents, and now DeFi with AI, which I'm gonna coin that, DeFi with AI. That's what I'm doing. And then the next 2 are gaming and layer 1 narratives like Sui, right? The layer 1 narratives like Sui, or gaming like Beam and Superverse, and Prime to some extent, because Prime will get me the prompt token. I hope you guys have been paying attention to that. The prompt token is the next huge AI token that will be coming out. It will be airdropped to people. Let me know, guys, if you want me to make a video on it. I posted about it in our private chat or private group now that I think about it. But if you want me to make a video on how you can earn that, let me know. You do have to invest in some Prime token, or you have to use the Wayfinder app. But like I said, I'm happy to make a video on it if you guys want. Let me know. I can check my JUP allocation with just my wallet address. That's correct. I believe. So what you can do is you just type in jupuary.jup.ag and go to allocation. Let me see if I can bring this up on here. And at the top, just put in your wallet address. Like just type in whatever wallet address, and it will tell you the address, the allocation for any wallet you provide. You don't have to be like logged in. Yep. No one is talking about RWA at the moment. Yeah, so that's why I don't like going into all these random tokens, because remember, you have to be active on them. I don't have an edge in RWA, so I didn't want to do it. You told me about Grift last stream. What? You may have brought up Grift. I think that was like that token I brought up and then didn't want to show on stream. But here's the thing, I'll tell you, Sadke, a lot of people like sending me these random things with no context, saying, yo man, I brought up this ticker, but you didn't tell me why I should want it, what the thesis is. If you don't provide a thesis and you're just like, here's a ticker DYOR, I'm like, I'm not gonna look at it. No point, you know? I saw someone shared if we claim through JUP mobile app, we get extra allocation. No, that's true. It's called a carrot. It was in one of their presentations about, claiming through this. People didn't like that. That being said, we'll find out when the claim checker goes live, if that not a checker, but when the claim goes live, if we can do this. So not a problem, okay? We'll definitely check it out. I'm in Top Hat Nur. So I'm in Nur. But see, look, sad kid, you're telling me something like I'm in Nur, I'm not in the others, but you're telling me to just look up random tickers. I don't mean this to be offensive, but you tell me how that's helpful. Can you imagine if I came on this video and said, hey guys, I just blurted out a bunch of tickers with no context. And then if it went up, I'm like, yo guys, see, I called it, bro. I see the future. And if it went down, I never brought it up again. Well, I didn't tell you to buy it. I didn't say it was good. DYOR, bro. Like, if you're going to post tickers, give me a thesis. Don't just blurt out what your holdings are. It doesn't make any sense. I bought Convo 1 million market cap flow 2. Yeah, dude, I know it can feel like a huge fumble kicking yourself. Listen, let me tell you something, okay? My biggest fumble of last year, I believe this was on Blast, so probably like March or April. I got into like the ICO of, how's that stupid game? Crypto Valleys on Blast, put in like $3,000 and was convinced to take a 2x because somebody kept telling me it was going to crash and whatever. And I played DeFi Kingdoms for like a couple of years. So I knew the model and I knew how well it could do if done properly. So I didn't listen to my gut. I ended up selling it for 2x and it went, how do I put it? My position would have been worth somewhere around $300,000 at the high end. So still not over it. Because like it happened, it didn't even happen over the course of a few days. It happened in like 9 days or 10 days. But I feel you, because you get 2x, people are like, yo, you'd be happy. I'm like I'm stuck, because you're like, how much did I lose? Because these things don't come around all the time. Bucket airdrop with a big L on Stewie. Yeah, not surprised. Got 50 JUP. Don't know how Audit would do swaps while farming the bridge. Yes, awesome, Duan Legend. See, this is what I'm saying. You got something for doing something you would normally do. I mean, in this case, maybe it's farming another airdrop, but that's fantastic. What happened likely was when you farmed the bridge, it might have done some sort of routing for Jupiter. So that's great. But Jupiter, of all of the swaps, I think it's the best one. Of all the bridges, you want Stargate / Layer 0. There's going to be a massive Layer 0 airdrop coming. You guys aren't ready for it. Ninja Blaze soon. Any predictions? That's still going on, man. I stopped paying attention to everything injective, so I don't know. A friend wallet was flagged. Probably just a mistake, Pseudo Geek. Like I said, you guys can just go into the Discord and let them know, and they will fix it for you. Very easy. Just go in and they may ask you some questions to prove you're real, but whenever that happens, usually like you just have to post them, whatever, and you're good. So you should be fine. price target for sloth NFT, probably like 15,000 bucks. I got it in like 5K. It went to 8K, and then I mean it might go up even higher, right? But I got it at 5.3 or 5.4 thousand, 5,400 basically. They announced that they're gonna have a chain, and it went to 8,000. I'm like, I don't want to sell it still, and then it corrected like down to like 7,500 or 7,000. But I think it go to like 15K, maybe even 25K. Really depends on how modular it is. And remember, that doesn't include all the benefits we get. So I plan on milking those benefits dry when they come, and then selling the NFT, giving somebody else a bag hold after it. You can see what the best agent projects in virtuals hold. I made some of my best gains. Yeah, no, 100%. So do you know what I did? Mike Bennett. There are people on Twitter that I definitely like look at their wallets. I don't tell people, because here's the thing. People are so stupid. Like what I do is, there are some people I monitor. I do not give their wallet addresses away for one reason. Idiots will accidentally go and follow their wallets and then make it obvious that they're watching them. I have it on my phone under I add them to Ravi Wallet, so I can check them on my phone and whatever and see what they're doing without giving them any indicator, because I basically added their wallet address as a watch only. Whereas a lot of people just go into bank and just add the wallet. So I do not share those things because it gives me so much intel. That's why I knew about Trust Me Bros and a bunch of other things, because of exactly this. And then I sort of referenced that with the people I know, and they told me like all the plans of the DAO and everything, and that all came to fruition. So yeah. I'll try that. Thanks. You're not a problem, fan man. A $600 render to retire in Bali. What do you think? Nah, not even. Probably like render likely like 50 to 100 bucks max. But yeah. 600. I wish, man. Like, it's gonna be sick. Video on Prime would be cool. Yeah. Okay. If I have time, I'll definitely do it. The Haitian Buffet wants the same thing. Yeah, guys, hit the like button. Let's do it. Prime, I'd like to hear about it in the video. Let's do it. Sounds good. You've asked this question before, Metro. I'm going to answer you the same way. What is Lisk? Can you give me some more context? I have no idea what that is. What are my thoughts on Meteora? It's okay. There's a very good article written by Jez, basically, and maybe I'll bring it up and I'll sort of share with you guys after as well. It's an article about like playing to your strengths, right? So it's called A Starter Guide to the Crypto MMO. Let me just bring this up here. I think it's a very worthwhile read, and I will definitely include it in the links after the fact. Basically, in these videos, what he does is he shares like, look, you definitely want to group up with people, right? You got to treat like being in crypto, like, you know, if you ever play like World of Warcraft, something, you know, you got a mage, you got all these people, right? They all have different roles, right? And the idea here is like, you may start as a solo player, but you basically want to work in a group eventually, and you want to basically find out who you can be. So there are some different archetypes. One is the guide, teaching truisms early on. One is the partner, 10 hours and 2,000 DMs a day doing the right regimen, working on plays together. The signal, a more discerning partner who keeps differentiating between good and bad shizzle ideas. The prospector, somebody who surfaces new opportunities to sift through. The wizard, a technical ringer. The expert, situationally appropriate expert advice, right? Super important, like talking about all these things. How do you pick a class? Find what your edge is. This is how you're going to make it. If you're terrible at trading memes, telling someone to trade memes is stupid. Now, for me, the problem with Meteora, and that's why I'm bringing this up, is if you want to do very well on Meteora, the best return on or rewards are by using these pools, DLM pools, right? And basically, it's having meme coins on one side and Sol on the other. The problem is, if you're not the best at, like, I'm horrible with low cap memes. I'm very, very bad with them. I'm very, very good with large cap memes because it's more of a hodl and more of a swing trade. I'm not good at day trading memes. And because of that, it's not my strength. And if you're doing Meteora, the biggest value is if you're good with day trading memes, it's a very good like take profit strategy plus earn the fees off it. So that's sort of why I would, I sort of shy away from it. But hey, if you're having a launch like Pangu or Anime or whatever, then it's not bad because if there's not many people in there, you can definitely earn a bunch of money off it. Can you confirm when the JUP will hit our wallets? No, you have to claim it, and it will likely be in a week. They have not released the date or the time yet. The Jupiter Exchange, and by the way, guys, when they do, I will repost it on Twitter. Another good reason to follow me, but also follow Jupiter Exchange. You know they're going to post it too, okay? Oh wow, got one band of JUP tokens. Congratulations, Aquarium Meme. Fantastic. Am I still pumping iron over there in Dubai? Yes. So I go to the gym every morning now here. Most days I lift and do like 1 hour or 40 minutes Stairmaster. And then tomorrow, because I'm not lifting, I'm going to do 1 hour Stairmaster. They have this thing. It's called an Advanced Plus program. Basically, you get access to all of the fitness places in Dubai, which is really nice. Includes Abu Dhabi and things like that. You get access to beach clubs. So you can see here, like you get access to all these things, right? The problem is what happens is at a certain time, they only allow X amount of people using this to come in. And I went in like the other night at like 9 p.m. and they're like, oh, sorry, too many people have already come in using the Advanced Plus, so you have to come back tomorrow. Okay, great. How much is it to work out tonight? And it came out to like 100 Canadian. I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing it. Especially when the monthly membership is like a few $100 Canadian. It's just stupid, you know? So, but it's pretty good. 50 to 200 extra JUP if you click on mobile. Exactly. That's right. Well, with it, 45 mil sold 100 mil. Ooh, profit. No, for sure. Think Manta was way worse. Worse than what? Jupiter did fantastic. Manta is garbage. Manta, what is his name? Virtual Bacon and others were like propping it up, and then you find out they're insiders and advisors to them. So that. Should I swap JUP to Mother and play her cheeky live stream slots? Well, you can do that if you want to lose your money, or you can take the Jupiter and go. And here's the thing I'm doing: I am buying a bunch of assets on Sol ahead of next week because the money's going to come out. People will be selling JUP, buying other things. Those prices will be padded. So just imagine that. All this money is getting dropped for people. You have an opportunity to take that money and people will do it and buy things that are good. So if you buy them now, you get 1 week ahead of them. Something to think about. We have to create a profile and link wallet for the JUP airdrop. Yeah, only this time. They didn't do that last time. If you don't have fumbles, you'll never have touchdowns. I don't know if that's true, but it's not a bad way to look at it. Am I still farming on Sui? Yes, I'm using Sui Lend. So Sui Lend, lend out Sui, borrow USDC, buy Sui. What does that do? Well, it's got me way more money because Sui keeps going up. What about Bully? Doleon has end of month catalyst, including launch of Doleon social media AI platform. I don't really know much about Bully, I'll be honest. I've definitely heard about it, but I don't know enough about it to talk intelligently about it. So, hey, if it does have end of month catalyst, that's fantastic. Here's the one thing I'll say is if it's already run up massively, which I don't know, right? If it has, it may be a sell the news event, so just be wary of that, okay? Are there any upcoming NFT projects I'm looking forward to? The number one that I'm looking forward to is Steady Teddy's. It might end up being a 5 Ethereum floor. So it's so hard to get the whitelist for. I've been doing everything to try to get a whitelist for this stupid thing. And then other NFT projects. I mean, Soon was yesterday. What else is good? There's some small ones like on Abstract that can be okay. I know we have a list. I'm trying to figure out why I can't remember it, but there's some NFTs on Abstract. There's some NFTs on Monad that you want to look into. Oh, there's Kabu. There's Kabu as well, right? And there's on-chain heroes, I believe. There's a few. So it's hard to remember. We talk about it a lot in our Discord, and we're trying to earn whitelist whenever possible. This is why it's so important to hold high value community NFTs, because they get either whitelists or they get a ton of raffles to win those whitelists. My content is pretty awesome. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, appreciate you, X Crypto. Thank you so much. My bad, I didn't hear you about the list network. Yeah. So what is it? So what is it? I still don't know. Thoughts on DeFi with AI agents that can follow Mark? I think it's amazing. I think the fact that DeFi with AI will be able to simplify the end user experience is something that makes so much sense when you think about it. And sort of the article that was written by Daniel Esteta, I'll also include that in the links. Let me just grab this and put it up, just for people to know what I'm talking about. So he was the developer on Wonderland, which is the biggest DeFi protocol last cycle. Talks about DeFi with AI, right? Basically, DeFi long promised to empower individuals with full control over their assets, but DeFi is still a maze of complicated user interfaces, countless protocols, high stakes decision making. The next era is DeFi with AI, the fusion of artificial intelligence and decentralized finance, right? Basically, AI is going to be the interface for DeFi. So, for example, typically what you got to do is you got to go to the right decentralized app. Then you're going to connect your wallet, put the right transaction details and confirm. And basically, it's complicated, tedious, etc. If you have an AI-driven interface, you can simplify the workflow. Instead of manually clicking, you could just use a natural language command such as swap 3 ETH for USDC or provide liquidity in ETH USDC pool. Behind the scenes, the AI solution would parse your request, find the best liquidity source, generate the relevant transaction data, and prompt you to sign with your wallet of choice. Basically, automating transaction building and leaving only the final signature to the user. It makes so much sense that it's like, how has no one thought about this? Because now it basically allows people to have that actual decentralized finance, allowing them to focus on the why they want to transact rather than how to do it. And if you talk to anybody who's not crypto, like in the trenches all the time, they're like, that's what I was missing. And of course, you also have DeFi agents, right? Autonomous transaction execution, which is very, very good. And also a research and communication agent. I will include this entire article because I think it's incredible. Just like take a look at some of the prompts. Based on my current portfolio, what's the best yield strategy for my ETH? Normally, you got to go in there and figure this out yourself. Now, it will literally go, right? You don't have to spend the hours or days manually researching, verifying. Their research and communication agent will basically come back and tell you, hey, this is great, do this. This is the future. This is why I started shoveling a bunch of money into DeFi with AI, which is incredible, okay? And it's going to pick up, in my opinion. If it does pick up, you could see some billion-dollar market caps. Ondo Finance is the biggest RWA in Trump's company, bought it recently. Yep, I know, but I'm not interested. Like I said, my edge is not an RWA. I have zero interest in getting into Ondo or anything else like that. I got into Ondo a lot way longer ago when it was like 10 or 15 cents because Dr. Profit had called it out. It like 7x or something like that. Exit. So good times. You said what was your worst mistake? Oh yeah, for sure. Mine was Manta. I mean, I'm glad I sold the stupid Manta NFTs, but man, it was not good. What utility token on Solo are you buying? Like I said, AI16Z, Mad Lads, Noor. Noor is DeFi with AI. How's it doing, by the way? Let me just check. Yeah, decent. 54 million market cap. Let's go. Jupiter announced. Oh, Jumper. Damn, I wasn't tagged, so that means I didn't get anything. It was a 0.5% chance of winning their whitelist at level 15 to 19, which is incredible. So they're great. What happens if the Phantom account has been compromised for the airdrop? I do think they mentioned that in their FAQ. So let me just go back here. I saw something there. My keys were stolen. Can I do someone to stop them from claiming my airdrop? We're discussing if we can let users sign on their wallet to remove the allocation. We are unable to reallocate due to the scale this year. Custom work required. Please reach out via Discord support. So definitely go reach out to them. If that's the case, maybe there's something they can do for you. Private video would be cool. Wayfinder looks great. Okay, sounds good. Supposedly these are the types of agents Morpheus working on. Cool. Wonderland one, was that the one? Yeah. Wonderland was like a wild protocol. High highs, low lows, and that shit went down. But I'm not betting against Daniel. Let me tell you that. I sold Ondo a long time ago, got into mid-cap C-pool. I've been newer too. Yeah, but see, sad, K. Like, everything you say, brother, is literally like, you ask me to give you context and explain stuff. You see how I'm saying stuff? You just like to say tickers. Like, Like, you need more than that. Like mid-cap C pool. What is C pool? You know what I'm saying? I'm in Nur. Great. But like, once again, like context is everything, man. I don't know why people love to shortcut this stuff. Anyways, guys, been an hour and 30 minutes. I gotta run. I gotta deliver some money. You know, it's so frustrating because you see this. I'm happy that crypto went up. I was supposed to meet my guy today around like 1 p.m. Dubai time. And he was like, you guys don't know this, but like certain areas of Dubai have so much traffic. So what I had to do is basically what this is like 100,000 AED, right? So I have a bunch of different bank accounts, and this is like what, like 36,000 US dollars. And I was like, I need this in another wallet so I can buy more stuff before the CPI thing happens. And he's like, yo, man, I'm having a dessert, whatever. Can we meet after? And now it's like, dude, come on, bro. God damn it. I need this. I need this so bad. But like, the problem is this stuff is already like gone up a lot. Like if you know anything about me, I hate buying like after the rally has happened. It's absolutely bad. Maybe just put the money in and pay off like Aave and Sol, but it is what it is. And by the way, let me tell you guys, in Canada, you can't even show $100. Here, you can walk around with stacks of cash and no one says anything because it's so normal. I love it here. And let me know, guys, after the fact as well. If you want me to make videos on Dubai and sort of if you're ever interested in coming down, living here, whatever, what the benefits are, let me know if you want to hear about that. Okay. Thanks, man. Appreciate my video. Keep pumping. Yeah. Appreciate you. Thanks a lot. Guys, before you go, make sure you hit the like button, share the video. By the way, wait. One last thing. Where's that guy? Did he never post this stuff? What the hell is his name? What was his name? 30. Oh, Soul Maxi. Soul Maxi, you're in our Discord, right? You never posted. Soul Maxi, you still haven't posted your Twitter handle. I don't think you have. Right? Oh, you did. Sorry, this is what it was. I missed it. Got it. I was like, oh my God. I don't want to like. Thank God. All right, good. We're good. Wonderland went to near zero, if I remember correctly. That Casa guy branded the project. Yeah, of course. Here's the thing. That may be true. All those Ponzi farms went to zero. Guys, we're not here to use the farms. We're here to buy in early. This guy's going to create something incredible. Thank you. Go ahead. Create these incredible things. What we are going to do is buy and sell and move on. I'm not telling you to jump into whatever he's doing. No. I'm trading the tokens. I'm trading the narrative. A lot of people last time got in at the top of that narrative. We have an opportunity to get in early days and get rid of it. Let somebody else handle it later. That's the plan, okay? Hi, TBG, shouting out from Lagos, Nigeria. How's it going? How would you advise I invest or deploy 1,000 as I kick off my crypto campaign? You're kind of late. So here's the thing. It all depends on your goals, Wordy. If your goal is to make a lot of money, my recommendation is you need a much higher risk type of asset. And in that case, you can't split things up, right? So you buying Ethereum or Sol is not going to do anything for you because maybe like you make, let me give you an example. You put $1,000 into Sol here, maybe you make $4,000. If you put $1,000 into Ethereum, maybe you make $3,000. You know, you put $1,000 in Bitcoin, you make like $1,000. You know, so there's that. I don't know if that's valuable to you. You put into Pepe, maybe you make 15K. You put it into Anon, you can potentially probably make like 25 or 30K. It really depends, right? So there's high risk with high reward. So what you want to do is figure out what that looks like for you. And if you're okay making a couple $1,000 off the 1,000, then I would go with what's safe. If you are like, I need to swing for the fences and make a ton of money, then I would look at some riskier, lower market cap coins that have a lot more conviction. In that case, like for example, Anon is probably one of the better ones you can look into, for the reasons I mentioned before when Daniel is set up. Okay. And by the way, yeah, Telegram mini apps are like so time consuming. I did that Bad Bunny thing for weeks and then it was just sucking up too much of my time. It's a great app, don't get me wrong. Got 175 JUP tokens, swapped 300K organically, staking everything. Did you swap it, or did you use limit orders? Because limit orders didn't get paid off well, which was weird. But if you swapped, I swapped 322 or 332 and I got 1,000 JUP from that. So if that's truly the case, go into Discord and raise a ticket or a flag. She'll take care of you. Thanks for all. No problem, fan man. Got 308 JUP across 3 walls. Congratulations for that. It's awesome. Thanks for live stream. Definitely a pause in the crypto world. Thank you so much, Andrew. Appreciate you. 1010 Lion, please do so. It sounds good. All right, guys. Well, with that being said, we're at the end of another Ask Me Anything. So thank you guys all for tuning in. I really hope I end the video and see more than 6 likes. If you could do me a favor, hit the like button wherever you're watching. If you're watching on Twitter, do the same thing. If you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter for sure, guys. Make sure you take a part in this giveaway. It's another 20%, right? So 2 people can win 10% just by following these instructions. Like and retweet the post. Follow me, the Brown Jet YT, and comment with a picture of your JUP allocation 48 hours from this post, which is 8 p.m. Dubai time yesterday, or I'm not say yesterday, today, it's still 11:34. I will then draw the winners, okay? Best of luck. Hope you guys win. For those who won the giveaways today, I will be reaching out to you as well. Thank you so much. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.